Hey everyone, just a heads up, from now until Tuesday, my G Fuel discount code WhosImmortal will actually get you 30% off your entire order. So if you want to grab a new tub, shaker cup, or even a starter pack, now is a great time to do so. But anyways, on to today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, hey hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We are now one step closer to Call of Duty 2020 thanks to today, as we got yet another teaser for the game via pawntakespawn.com. Now, as you'll remember, last week we saw the reveal for the mystery crates that various people in the community were sent, and that led us to Pawn Takes Pawn. We now know that Call of Duty 2020's reveal is basically going to be a multi-step Easter egg in a sense, and today, the mystery continues. So, if you enjoy the video at any point, or if you're just excited for COD 2020, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new to the channel, this is the place to be for all the latest Call of Duty news and intel. Whether it's COD 2020, Modern Warfare, Warzone, you name it, you're gonna find it right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. Now, before we get into today's new update for the teaser, first, we gotta go over the secret teaser, I guess you could call it, that actually surfaced a few days back. Now, of course, the Pawn Takes Pawn website was no mystery after Noah J and all the zombies guys basically cracked the code from the mystery boxes. And on the site, of course, we saw the date of August 14th, today, and the time of 12 o'clock. Alongside an image of Activision's Chopper Commands game, and also an image of the Warzone map with some different named areas on it. Like, for instance, I believe it says Kart Racing Track in the bottom left, and obviously, that is not there on the current Warzone map that we have in-game. But then, completely out of the blue, Pawn Takes Pawn was actually updated, and this version of it features a sticky note attached to the TV, and on the sticky note was the text, /tangled web. Now, admittedly, it took me a second to figure out that this was actually part of a URL. The slash does sort of give it away there, and so, if you go to pawntakespawn.com/tangled web, it takes you to an entirely new page that we have never seen before. So, on this page, there is a letter of some sort, and actually, if you go and inspect element on this page, you get a larger image that shows off some of the slides that have these same manifest numbers on them as some of them from the crates do. But of course, the elephant in the room here is that letter, which reads, "Wars are won not just on the battlefield, but behind closed doors. Tactics, maneuvers, strategies. All pieces of a complex puzzle that means the difference between life and death. Conquering or being conquered. Codes, signals, ciphers. Secret communications used by enemies and allies for thousands of years. The plot unfolding now is decades in the making. It will not be unraveled overnight. While some battles can be won swiftly, others will take days to unfold. You have found the first piece of many. Relish the journey. It's all a part of the game. The spoils of victory come not to those in haste, but to those who know. Every battle is won before it is even fought. Know your history." Now, to me, I still think there's some kind of hidden message or hidden code in this letter, just because the way it's written is really strange, right? It's got some weird stops. The formatting, I guess you could say, is just peculiar. But besides that, there's also a few other things to point out here that may or may not be clues in and of themselves. So for starters, wars are won not just on the battlefield, but behind closed doors, to me is a direct reference to that of the Cold War, as that essentially describes it pretty well. Then the lines of, "You found the first piece of many, relish the journey, it's all a part of the game," kind of make it seem like it's a fourth wall reference in a way, since we know this is basically another step in the Call of Duty 2020 Easter egg. Then finally it ends with "Know your history," which is exactly what we saw in Warzone through the on-screen teaser, which basically confirms this is somehow not just tied to Call of Duty 2020, but to Warzone as well. That also kind of indirectly confirms Warzone is going to be a part of COD 2022. So that is effectively the hidden update to the COD 2020 Easter egg, but then, today, we got even more spicy intel. So, today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, the site changed and the TV actually turned on. Now, if you're like me and you were on the site right at noon, then the screen went fuzzy, it did the whole static thing, then the site just completely crashed, and it was down for like 10 minutes because absolutely everyone was trying to get on the page and see what was going to happen. Then finally, after the site was, past like the floodgates phase, we could actually play a VCR tape labeled 1961-62. This tape is like 20 minutes long, so obviously I'm not going to be showing the entire thing. I'll just play out what I was actually able to see because, like I said, the site was down, but the tape was still playing for those that were actually on it. So I didn't get to see the full thing, but I saw what was actually being shown regardless of the site not being up. Twitter and all sorts of places were just booming with everything that was showing on the screen. but the basic rundown of it is that it consists of a ton of different clips from President Kennedy, various other events that occurred in 1961 and 62, including talks of racing to the moon, some of the history between Cuba and the United States, so on and so forth. Like I said, this is a 20-minute clip, and there are a ton of individual different clips like that, and it just keeps going and going and going. I'm not sure if all of them are completely relevant, but there's also a few other things that ended up flashing on the screen or even on the VCR at some point, including the numbers 37, 25, and 48. Now, as of right now, I've got absolutely no idea what those numbers mean. Mason probably doesn't know either for that matter. But yeah, 37, 25, and 48 all showed up on the screen for very brief moments. Then on the actual VCR, this also popped up and flashed for a few seconds. You can see WZ or Warzone, then H6, which is actually a coordinate on the grid map, then the numbers of 49, 285, 163. Now H6 points to the farmland area on the Warzone map, which obviously holds no bunkers, but inside of the main farm building, there is a door that has a keypad that was previously inaccessible. So when you go there now and you go to that keypad and you actually type in the numbers 49385-163, lo and behold, the door will open. Now, conveniently enough, I actually somehow managed to put the code into the keypad at the very end of the pregame lobby. Then when I landed there in the actual match, the door was already open for me. Then inside, there is a ton of different stuff. There's all sorts of codes and ciphers and graphs and gadgets. There's a ton of stuff in here that I have absolutely no clue about. However, we do know that there are 4 documents that are labeled 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, and 4 of 4 that have the name Venona on them. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. And a quick Google search will tell you that the Venona project was a United States counterintelligence program that was initiated during World War II, and it ran from 1943 until 1980, which, of course, fits right into the time frame of all the teasers today. This project was meant to decrypt coded messages, and you may see exactly where this is going now. We've got all these ciphers and hidden codes, just like what the tangled web messages said, and it looks like we're gonna have to go ahead and actually decode all of these. But before we get any further, there was also another update to the site today in the form of another URL that was actually added to the sticky note. So now, alongside tangled web, we also see /EMC2, and when you go to this URL, you see a piece of paper that says 8-14, so obviously today, with the text Day 1, 1961-62. Then there's also 5 other crossed out sections, which presumably are going to be the other days and other years where we find out even more information. Wait, actually, hold the phone. As I was in the middle of recording this, the EMC2 site just got updated. And actually, we now see that Day 1 is crossed out, and part of Day 2 is now available to see. It's got tomorrow's date on it, August 15th, and then the years are still crossed out. So if I had to guess, we're going to see a new videotape tomorrow that features some new years, maybe like 63 and 64, maybe 70 something. Honestly, as of now, we don't know, but I assume we're going to see some new years tomorrow. Then we're also going to get some new coordinates. I would say probably to the shack by the prison or to the shack by the TV station that also have keypads on them. And then inside, we're going to find more papers and more ciphers and whatnot, because we know that we have more ciphers out there that have actually already been solved already, but they're not available in the game yet. So presumably right now we're sort of at a standstill until the other days are revealed, the other years and videos are revealed, and ultimately the other ciphers and documents actually become accessible. Because even though the information is out there, it's not in the game for us to see yet, so we can only assume the steps can't be completed because those aren't active either. Now, a while back, we ended up seeing a lot of these ciphers actually leak with one of the title updates, and at the time, we all just assumed that these were going to be for the Warzone bunkers, since that was sort of the big thing going on at the time, right? We just figured it was going to tie into the intel, and that would be that. But it turns out this is all tied to Call of Duty 2020, and this is going to give us more info on certain key codes, and I think eventually a way to access these secret rooms in the bunkers. So with all of that being said, that is effectively what we now know about Call of Duty 2020 thanks to today's newest teaser, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, or if you're just excited for Call of Duty 2020, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and everything in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As I mentioned earlier, until Tuesday, my G Fuel discount code WhosImmortal will actually get you 30% off your entire order. So if you want to grab anything from the site, be it a new tub, shaker, or even a starter pack, now is the best time to do so. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.